Hi, I'm Tracey Soltis.
And I'm Kali Alfaro. And you're listening to the Mind Body Studio, a place for anyone who wants to reach their full potential, thrive, and create a life filled with vitality.
Each week, we'll bring you our expertise, giggles, and a splash of quirky to explore real and relevant topics to help you along your life's journey.
We'll bring you science, psychology, and practicality to real life issues.
So, thanks for listening. We know you're going to love it. All right. Welcome, everybody. So today we're going to get our little mojos on and we're going to talk about why we need to move more. And I love
What do you mean?
Well, get up and move. Like, get out the door, go for a walk, go for a swim, go walk the dog, like go join a fitness class or get some, boxing gloves and start punching your boxing stuff.
Tracey and I met at a Pilates class.
We did.
We met, right? And we met at this Pilates class and we became really good friends with our Pilates instructor as well, who's an absolute joy.
Oh, my gosh, she's amazing, isn't she?
And we just felt so silly doing all of these exercises that it brought out like the most beautiful kind of giggly, silly parts of us, and we could leave our serious professional sides aside. And it's just so beautiful to kind of bond with someone through like movement and not just and not just exercise. Like the other day we went and we did this like resin class, right? And we were like moving around and getting the hair dryer and making sure that, the paint didn't spill and the resin was like dripping. And there's something really magical when you're kind of like in the moment moving and sharing that space with someone else. Like it's actually really natural. We've just made it the new norm, which I totally hate.
Yeah.
For us to have sedentary lives.
But
really we're made to move.
Humans are meant to move. That's why we're up.
All animals.
Animals
we're
are
animals,
meant to move, right? I mean, we should be out hunting our food every day and gathering, and that's. I mean, if we looked at it, humans would typically be doing. They'd be up first in the morning with the sunrise. They'd be going out hunting their food, sitting around the camp, eating their food, and then probably having a nap in the afternoon, doing a bit of fasting overnight because they didn't have a shop for starters, right? So they're getting that
Mother Nature's
they're getting that beautiful like autophagy going on in the body. And if you've listened to our podcast before, you know that autophagy is where we self-eat because we need to eat the cells and get rid of all the toxins in the body. And if we're doing that, that's creating and being preventative of future disease because we're getting rid of all of those things. So fasting is really important as far as the way that we've evolved and the way that we should live our lives. But it also coincides with movement, and we should be moving every day. We need to get up and we need to get out there and we need to get moving.
And what I want people to understand as well is that it's not just going out there and, getting 30 minutes of exercise in your day. Like movement is actually directly related to the ability to secrete certain chemicals. And most people are stressed, most people are anxious, most people are fear-driven and are stuck in this energy. And we need to understand that when we move, we are creating a different biochemistry within the environment of the body. So we are releasing toxins and we are releasing the stress hormone cortisol and we are creating a little bit more of endorphins. And so movement is a natural part of allowing your body to actually be balanced from a chemical perspective.
Yeah. And look, if that doesn't do it for you, how about telling you that the more exercise you do, the higher your libido will be? I mean, yeah, because you feel good. You're releasing all of these chemicals, but you're also conditioning your body. You're making it stronger. You're feeling good about yourself. And so, of course, your libido is like, hello, how you doing today? So you're going to get out there and you're going to do more exercise because you're going to get rewarded for that, for feeling good.
Totally.
And, look.
It gives you energy. That's the other thing that I hear all the time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to go for a walk. I don't have the energy to do like a 30-minute stretch class. And it's sort of like this false concept. And exercise actually gives you energy, right? It actually creates this beautiful chemical cocktail in your body that revitalizes you. So I'm going to encourage you, if you are feeling sluggish, get up and actually do a little bit of exercise. I have like this little mini trampoline in my home office.
Yeah.
And before a really difficult session, or sometimes I do nighttime leadership coaching projects for, South America. And so I'm like consulting at 10 o'clock at night. And sometimes if I need to get into a particular sort of like headspace, I just jump on my trampoline. I put really silly music on.
I love that. That's awesome.
And
I'm actually picturing
I know
you.
you are. I know you are. I know. And I'm like
That's
such
awesome.
a like unco dog.
Oh, I love it.
So, but it makes you feel really, really good, right?
Yeah.
And I actually encourage, especially some of like my younger clients to go and, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling a little bit low, you're not motivated, you're scared about a test, go and jump on your trampoline or do star jumps to your favorite song.
Or just dance.
Totally.
Like just put your favorite music on around the house. Or if you're in a bad mood, put, some real full on like angry music on
AC/DC.
and just like let it rip, like get into it, jump up and down and yell and sing and just get it out of your system, because that's what we need. We need to be working through movement and the breath and using this physical exercise to release all of these happy chemicals.
And it helps us to regulate our emotions. And this is what I want people to really, people that are struggling, people that are feeling stuck or sluggish or a bit of brain foggy or whatever, like movement actually helps you to regulate your emotions. So you want to use it in a way that it can serve you. So it's about creating a really conscious relationship with your body. And we need to look after it. We need to know how it works and then, follow through and actually do what makes us feel good.
Do you want me to give you a really
Geeky.
scary stat?
Sure.
So from the age of 30, women in particular lose 3 to 5% of their bone density and muscle mass. Like that's scary, right? Like from 30 years old, you're starting to deteriorate. So if you don't actually use your muscles and you don't strengthen your bones, this is why we end up as elderly people who have falls and don't recover, because they're frail, their bones get thinner, they don't have the muscle strength to actually pick themselves up. And we have a lot of issues going into those later stages of our lives when we should just be, loving the garden and enjoying our grandkitties or traveling.
Not having their replacements.
Or whatever you want to do, right?
Right?
Yes.
Enjoying
don't
it,
wanna
not
be
having
like these surgeries
Exactly.
that never seem to end. And then people, the amount of people I see that have injuries, they go have surgery, then they have to have
snowballs.
antibiotics, and then that leads to another surgery. And you're right, it snowballs. It's just a consistent line of problem after problem after problem. And so what we're talking about is prevention.
Yeah.
We want you guys to build really beautiful, healthy, happy, strong bodies. And so we're not talking about weight. I just want to be really clear on that.
And we're not talking about bodybuilding either.
No, we're not talking about anything like that. We want you to feel good. We want you to have a strong body and we want you to have a healthy body. And the way to do that is to start with doing these things now so that you can prevent future illness and disease. We don't want to see you go down that path. And so getting up and moving and prioritizing movement, look, let's face it, some people are ready for change and some people aren't, and you've got to be ready for that change. But if you're listening to this and you're like, you know what, you're right, I'm encouraging you right now, go whatever time of day it is, it's in the morning, go outside and go for a walk. If it's nighttime, go and lay your gym clothes out and dedicate yourself to getting up in the morning and going for a walk, or get your swimmers out so you can go to the beach. Do something right now so that you're not putting it off down the track, and then before you know it, you go, that was a week ago I listened to that and I still haven't done anything about it. You have a choice right now. You can go and do it.
And also for the people that might be in lockdown, for the people that might not be able to go out for whatever reason, movement is not just going out and doing exercise. It's about incidental movement. So how can you do more stretching? How can you allow yourself within your own home environment, within your work environment, to consciously create more opportunities to move, right? So, can you go up and down the stairs a little bit more? Can you park a block further away so that you have that opportunity to walk somewhere?
How often do we drive to the shopping centre and make sure we get the closest park to the door? Like, we all do it. But maybe challenge yourself and park like in that car spot that's like so far away that you have to walk.
That you don't have to fight anyone for.
Yeah. So the one that's, right down the back there, park there. Just park there and walk in and do your shopping. Take some music, put some headphones in. I mean, that's like, I'm big on that actually. I try to tune out. I don't really like being around all of the shopping centre music. I like to have my own, or I like to listen to our podcast because it's awesome. But, park far away, walk in, do your shopping, go down every single aisle just for the hell of going down every single aisle, and then walk all the way back. You've got resistance training there right in your trolley. I know, but it's true, right? So, you've got all this weight in your trolley, or your bags. Like, do a couple of I know I'm getting really if you saw how I'm recording this, I'm actually doing the movements and I've just knocked everything over.
Dumbbell movements.
I'm doing dumbbell movements, but get those shopping bags and on the walk to the car, lift them up and down, get those biceps moving. There are ways through the day for you to find movement and exercise. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to go and buy thousands of dollars worth of equipment and machinery. There are a lot of places that have decent products that are really cheap, especially when it comes to weights and dumbbells and things that you can purchase, and you can do a lot of exercises from home as well.
And sometimes you don't need any equipment, right? So you don't need equipment to do squats, you don't need equipment to do star jumps, you don't need equipment to do push-ups. All of these things. So we make all of these excuses, and it's really genuinely about what kind of life, what kind of day do you want to create? Do you want to create a day where you feel energized, where you feel connected to your body, where you are going to feel satisfied with the choices at the end of the day? Essentially, it's about that, and it's about you taking responsibility for not making excuses and making sure that you prioritize things that are going to be good for your mind and for your body. And we need to take active action in preventing illness and disease, right? So it's about really owning your shit, really.
It really is owning it.
It's owning your shit and kind of going, what kind of day do I want to have? And look, if you start with 1 minute of star jumps and that makes you feel better that day, that's already a better day. That's an awesome effort. We're not saying go out there for a 10K run.
No.
But it's so important for you to understand that movement is going to create chemical secretions in your body that are going to help you release toxins and feel better. So I want you to ask yourself at the beginning of the day, what do I need to do? What can I do today to feel better within myself?
You know that there's 86,000 seconds in one day? There's 86.
Did you just Google that?
I did just Google it. There's 86,400 seconds in a day. But the reason I'm saying this is right, that's a lot of seconds. I mean, let's dedicate some of those seconds instead of Googling and being on social media, apart from listening to this awesome podcast. Get off social media, put the phone down, turn the TV off, and dedicate just some of those seconds to getting up and doing some movement. And oh my gosh, you are going to be on your way to feeling better and, having those really amazing chemicals being released, and you're going to be more motivated to get up the next day and do it as well. Once you start this process, it has a knock-on effect. It's not as though you're going to wake up and you go, I don't want to do it. The more that you do it and you do it consistently, the more you're going to continue to want to do it.
You're going to feel stronger. You're going to feel sharper. You're going to feel more alert, more confident, more connected to yourself. So we really hope that today's episode has motivated you to get off your cute little butt and move and really create your days with consciousness.
Absolutely.
So on that note.
Yay. All right. So now you've listened to us. Get off the phone. Get off however you're listening to it. Go outside.
And enjoy it, have fun, make it really, really awesome.
Beautiful. All right. Catch you next time.
The information, views and opinions expressed on this podcast should not be used or treated as a substitute for nutritional, medical, psychological or other advice by a qualified health professional. Hosts and guests on the podcast express their own opinions, experiences and conclusions. Nothing in the podcast should be used to diagnose, treat, cure or prevent any medical condition. The podcast is not intended to replace any medical or mental health treatment. All information and advice provided is for general well-being and does not take individual cases into consideration. Neither Tracey Saltis, Kali Alfaro, or any sponsor endorse the opinions, views or conclusions expressed or shared on the podcast. Tracey Saltis and Kali Alfaro take no responsibility for any symptoms or consequences as a direct or indirect result of the podcast.